Hey guys, so we're gonna be reviewing the Curse of Llorona. See, I'm butchering it already. I butchered this movie title so many times, but the Curse of La Llorona. I
Perfect.
think that
Perfect.
okay.
I think that's it. I
and
think.
um I have Missy with me, and I told her, yeah, we can review the movie together. This was the last of the two movies that we went to see on the same day together. If you saw our Pet Cemetery review. But yeah, go ahead. Share your thoughts on it.
It was horrifying. So many jump scares.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
loved every minute of it. There were a few humorous comments here and there.
Hmm.
So I did laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
Most of the time I was jumping and I loved it.
I did have a thrill out of the jump scares, even though I think they really went overboard with it. I'm like, after I'm calming down from one, and then they throw another at me, I'm like, come on, like come on. But yeah. Okay. Minor spoiler if you don't want to know this. I mean, now is the time to leave. Or um, when I guess when I do this, that means the spoiler is about to start. And then when I do this, that means the spoiler ended. Okay, now it's time to fast forward to where I get here. Okay, now here. Now it does connect to the Conjuring universe. I mean that it's clever. I mean I think they kind of kept that hush hush, like in some of the trailers that I've seen anyway. And then you see there's the like one little reminder, like yeah, it's a part of that same universe. And if you were to take out that little that piece of the story, it would have been fine on its own. It doesn't need to be part of the Conjuring universe. I mean, I felt like it was like sort of like the I guess the black sheep of of the Conjuring universe, where it didn't really need to be in there. I mean, that doesn't mean the movie was bad. I mean, I just think it was fine on its. It would have been fine on its own. And she didn't see any of the Conjuring movies other than this one. I mean, of any that are in the same universe. So I mean, it's not a big major thing. Um, I mean, I will. That just motivated me to really get her on board with the rest of the movies that are a part, like of this story of these different stories. So,
While we're still in spoiler mode,
uh huh.
why don't we give kind of like a brief synopsis of beginning, middle, end?
Beginning, middle, and like where we get to see like the sort of the origin of, like of the demonic woman or Llorona. See how give you a little insight of who she was before she became, the demonic creature that she is for the entire movie. And it's pretty fucked up where she's
It is.
she kills two of her kids, and because of something, like where it was something that her, like just to just to be spiteful towards like the father, her husband. And I think, yeah, it was involving another woman, I think. I mean,
Yes.
but I do know that she took her rage of like towards her husband out on the poor two little boys. And then she goes after like children to take their place. And it's pretty extreme. Oh yeah, since we're in spoiler territory, you know what, this whole thing's gonna be spoilers now.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is shut down. This is shut
Exactly.
down. I'm sorry about that. But we're gonna get to this other crazy woman who seemed like she was abusing her kids, but she was trying to protect them from this woman, keeping her locked, and keeping them both locked in her closet. Like, okay, what is she doing? Child services are trying to come and basically have her arrested for child abuse or whatever. And then we see as the movie goes along. I mean, it became pretty obvious to me as the movie went on that, yeah, I think there's more to it than what they think is going on. Like, okay, she's trying to protect these kids from this crazy, like demonic woman, and like, and since like the poor kids, well, yeah, they ended up being killed anyway. And um and this woman goes to retaliate against the lead character, like who also has two kids. And she's a widow. And yeah, I mean, like this other woman, I mean, she is just. I mean, I can only imagine what that loss can do to you. Like it just really made her crazy.
She's unhinged.
Unhinged indeed.
Yeah, incredibly unhinged.
Like I found myself as the movie went on, I found myself saying, "Look, I get why you're pissed off, but you are just not all there,
Right?
To where you're trusting this crazy like the Llorona to basically give you your kids back if you help take the lead character's like children, like to her." I mean, that does help raise the stakes a bit. I mean, I was like, "Holy crap!" Like I didn't know where it was gonna go from there. I thought it was gonna end with some big giant cliffhanger.
I felt a lot of suspense throughout the movie. I was on the edge of my seat at certain parts. And they just made incredible use of still frame moments and music throughout. And sound effects. It was horrifying. I feel like I liked it a little bit more than you did.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I mean, I personally felt it didn't need to be part of the Conjuring universe. But I mean, I'm fine with it. I mean, I don't hate it, but I'm like, it would have been just fine on its own. It didn't need to put that in there, like that one little part where we see the priest from the first Annabelle movie. I mean, like you could have taken him out and it would have been fine on its own. It would have been like another typical, like modern, like horror movie, like what you see in horror movies today. But it's still fine for what it like it's still fine. I mean, I still had fun watching it, and I think I will not try to like stand against how much she enjoyed it. I will not try to stand against it.
There were some pretty cheesy parts.
Yeah, especially with the like with the voodoo priest or whatever who's helping them towards the third act of the movie. I mean, like there was a couple of times where I'm like, dude, like you're corny as hell, but okay, I still kind of like you, but you're all right, but you're corny, like trying to lighten up the tone when things are really dark. And what really cracked me up is when they tried to block Llorona from getting back in the house. Like you thought that spell would just put a cloak over the whole house, but no, they have to go to the back. Like you go to the doorway, like to the like the basically the backside, like behind, like to the backyard. You know what I mean? They have like oh shit, we gotta go over here. We gotta put over here. Hurry up.
Like well, that was very suspenseful for me.
It had me. It gave me giggles. I'm like.
Well, that part.
Yeah,
I was on the edge of my seat.
I was scared from like, oh crap, but I found it hilarious.
And the little girl dropped her doll.
I'm
and like, I was on the edge of my seat.
I mean, I was on the edge of my seat too, but I would have have a purpose behind why she would be so determined to get to that doll. Like, let it be like a present from her dad before, he passed away.
Sure.
Something like that. Maybe that's what it is, but it was never mentioned. But I would have had that thrown in there and just remind you, like, okay, this is how much that doll means to her. Like, that's like one of the few things of, like of her father that she has left. And then I would not be so, I wouldn't be so critical towards, like her character, like otherwise. I'm like, come on, kid. I mean, dolls are replaceable. Come on, don't do that. Don't risk your life for that doll. But if they went in that direction that I just mentioned of how I would have changed it, then I would be like, I get it, but you're gonna put the rest of your family in danger. I mean,
right.
Yeah. But is there anything else you wanted to say about it?
That's about it.
And yeah, and I feel like it stood on its own too. I mean, like I don't see it spawning other sequels like how these other movies a part of the Conjuring universe could have. I mean, I felt like it stood on its own, and it basically did for me. So I would give it. Okay, you rate it first.
Well, I'm thinking that I'll go with 4 and you'll go with 3.
I was gonna go with I was gonna go with 3. Yeah, I mean three's still fine.
I was thinking
still
if
fine.
I go with 4 and you go with 3, we'll meet in the middle.
Meet in the middle, like oh okay.
Let's meet in
you
the
thought
middle.
you thought it was pretty.
3.5.
You liked it more than me, but hey, I still thought it was pretty cool.
I did. I liked it more than you did.
But out of those 2 movies, I don't. I can't even remember if I picked one.
You picked The Curse.
Oh yeah, I did.
The
Yeah.
Night of the
Yeah,
Babies.
it is a bit, a bit creepier than Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, just looking at Llorona is just like.
It is. It kind of takes your breath away. It's horrifying.
Definitely. So during moments when they were quiet and then they try to make you, just make you anxious for a jump scare to happen, like just get it over with already. I mean, it did have me like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just throw your jump scare at me already, damn it. Just do it. But yeah, those are our thoughts for our double feature movie night. I mean, we had a blast. I mean, that was definitely a fun night. So hopefully we can do that more often, like with all these movies that we want to see come out around the same time. So I see potential there coming up soon.
Agreed.
Yeah. So if you guys enjoyed our review for both of those movies, thumb up this video and click subscribe. And thank you for watching. And well, I mean, there'll probably be many more movies. Many more videos. Like where we talk about movies that we both like, and then so keep on the lookout. We're gonna be doing this more often together. So yeah, until next time. Hope you guys enjoyed the movie if you haven't seen it yet. And if we did ruin it for you, I'm sorry. I did warn you I was gonna spoil spoilers. But yeah, until next time. Later.
Bye.